Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch One. Thanks for logging on. Today we're looking at a Rolex Oyster Perpetual Explorer II reference 16570 in stainless steel. You can see this dual-time Explorer II on our website, watchyouwant.com. Purchase it there, and if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. You can also click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time to see our full listing for this watch, with additional high-res images and, of course, full pricing information. On my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, this 5-digit reference Rolex Explorer II wears compact and wieldy. The proportions are perfect, and because it doesn't feature the unidirectional or bidirectional rotating bezels of some of the other sporting references in the Oyster family, it actually has a much lower profile on the wrist, such that being 12.5 millimeters thick, it actually wears slimmer than that, because the bezel itself slopes down dramatically with conical form that easily allows a dress cuff or tight sleeve to ride up and over it. Now the watch does feature a bracelet with solid end links, so there are two ways to measure this one laterally. There's 47.5 millimeters from lug to lug, and then if you want to measure from the rigid outcropping of the solid end link to its opposite number, the watch actually swells a little bit and has a robust 51 millimeter outcropping to outcropping measurement between extremes. Now the watch is also pretty solid on the wrist. Because of the solid end links, because of the 5-digit reference modern construction, it's got everything except the solid center links and the milled out clasp of the later, more contemporary 6-digit references. So the watch really looks and feels like a modern Rolex. And it should, because it had a remarkably long run. This model was produced from 1988 through 2010, so many of these are still considered contemporary references, and very few changes were made during that run. One change that was made, and you can see the good effect on the dial, is that in 1998, in the midst of the A series, the watches actually went from a tritium dial to a luminova dial. This one features a very light tritium patina across all of the indices and hands, suggesting very strongly that they are original and matched together. I should also mention that the watch features a beautiful gloss dial base, completely unmolested and unspoiled. Now the case is in excellent condition, as is the bracelet. I should mention that the bracelet itself is a 78790A with solid end links and hollow center links. It's a 2004 clasp, so the clasp is actually a little bit newer and fresher than the watch itself, which is not to say the watch isn't fresh. As a U series, this one dates to about 1997, and it is beautifully preserved. You just get the bonus of a slightly newer clasp and bracelet with it. Now the watch features all of the refinements of the dual-time Explorer II, debuting during the mid-80s with the same caliber 3085 dual-time caliber as the transitional reference 16760 GMT Master II. The Explorer II gained a dual-time function during the 80s. The successor model, which you see here, features the more modern caliber 3185, which featured a different gearing profile, faster barrel, 31 jewels rather than 27, just refinements across the board that made it more modern, even more durable, and even more precise. Now the watch does feature 100-meter water resistance. You can see that the case back is solid in the grand Rolex tradition and in excellent condition. The watch itself, very versatile. Because you do have the dual time function, you have the ability to set the local time separately from the 24-hour hand. Now you can see when you pull the crown to its extremity, you do move all of the hands in sync, both the 24-hour hand with its 24-hour scale outboard on the bezel and the local hour hand at center. Now, it is nice to know that you can set that local hour hand independently, not just of the 24-hour hand, but of the balance itself. Timing is not disrupted and amplitude is not affected when you use the dual time swapping feature, because it simply doesn't hack the watch. So a clever refinement that Rolex incorporated into these dual time Explorer IIs and GMT Masters just makes it that much better a timekeeper. Naturally, it is a COSC certified Swiss chronometer. It does feature a free sprung balance, a full dual anchored balance bridge. There is a handmade Breguet overcoil hairspring, and the power reserve, thanks to the bidirectional automatic winding, is approximately 45 to 48 hours. This is a do-it-all watch that truly does it all in terms of sporting accomplishment, a dual time, a date, automatic winding, set it and forget it precision, but also in terms of its compatibility with dress and formal attire. As thin as it is with that beautifully sloped bezel, you're never going to struggle to fit this one under a dress cuff, and should it show, With the white metal and the black dial, it's a beautiful companion to any kind of upscale attire. Likewise, as a sports watch, you can just as easily wear this one with a bathing suit and no shirt. You can see this Rolex Explorer II, reference 16570 dual time, on our website, watchyouwant.com.